Okay, boys and girls and Death Knights, welcome to the Transmog comp. Obli Transmog comp. First one ever. Maybe again. Who knows? But if this doesn't go well, I'm going to be pissed off. No, I'm joking. We've had a lot of entries, so it's going to be good. We should begin. So this is the rules. Oh, I've got hair all in my teeth. Man. It's just it's shit. I have this. Oh. So we have a little spreadsheet. So we're going to have the name of the person. We're going to have how on theme are they. So do they have a theme? Is it clearly distinctive? Do we know what theme they've got? Then we have color matching. Do all the shades look the same? Does it all match? Is all the color good? Let's actually give this a little title because that's pissing me off. Obli, Transmog, Comp, DK. There we go. Then we have cool pieces. Are they wearing anything cool and making it work? If they do, we'll rate that. Is it a cool piece? We'll give them like a couple points, an extra point for that. Then, how original is it? Is it new? Have it been seen before? Does everybody know what it is? I bet just let you know. This is my situation, right? Where my neighbours, I have loads, and they can all see me. So anybody that looks out the window and looks into my flat that's just half of it as well. There's another half. Anyone that looks into my flat is going to think, "Fuck is going on with Obli?" Well, they don't know my name or my Twitch name. Okay, so originality, we'll score them a couple of points on that. Then you have the total there from just the mog. Then you have the additionals. So you've got the mount. Have they put a mount in, or does the mount look good? If they put a mount in and the mount looks shit, we might be looking at -1. We have to be good. Yeah, my mum called me Obli, and I said, "What the fuck? That'd be weird. Call me I'm Sean after my warrior." Then we have the pet and the toy. So if they use a toy or there's enough of that already. If they use a pet, if they use a pet and a toy, they get a couple extra points for that, and then you get the grand total. We haven't even reviewed the first mog, and I'm going to take all the hair off now. Let's keep it. Okay. We'll put the hat back on there. I shaved. Does the pussy match the lips? Do the lips go round? It's Obli's old Master of Disguise. Who knew? Not the Wizard of Mog. No, I'm still the Wizard of Mog. I'm like Benjamin Button. And just like Benjamin Button, I still shit myself. Moving on. So this is what we're going to grade people on. Now, we'll start with me, for example. I'm not gonna do favoritism or anything like that. But we need to give you a good base. So we're in this lovely little area, very cool. So name, probably Wizard of Mog. Yeah, right. That's fine. We can make that a bit bigger. Theme. It's very thematic, isn't it? Also, chat, get involved, and I will take your opinion into account. Yeah, pretty super mog, 2 out of 10. Thanks, Rochi. Thanks very much. Theme. It's very thematical, isn't it? Very thematical looking. I would say it's pretty cool. Everything matches. Everything's on theme. The dragon head is a little bit like these are normal skulls, and you have the dragon skull, and you're kind of like, what was that? Well, the colour is nice. No, I'll do it because it's quite. I'd say it's quite warrior. I think that if it wasn't for the spikes, you'd be looking at quite a warrior-esque mog. So I'm going to give it a 9 because it's not really frosty, it's not really unholy, it's not really none of that. So maybe we'll drop it down to an 8 because it's all very on theme, but it's not very like DK other than the spikes, you know. And the dead things. All right, color matching, bang. Wait, what? Why is he looking up? Stop looking up, really. Control scroll wheel does it upward. Oh, does it really? Control. No way. That is new to me. That's cool though. Anyway, right. Even the weapon, all the colours. Do you think the colours are matching, aren't they? Colours match. Oh wait, colours match quite well. You got the blue thing there, and it's not a set. However, oh shit, yeah, okay. Set pieces. If there's too many set pieces, we'll have to put a -1 here or something like that. Now, color matching. God, give that. That's a 10 surely. All matches perfectly, right? Anything else? Do you think anything doesn't match? Color match 10 out of 10. Even the skin tone. Exactly. Come on. Right. Cool. Cool pieces. Anything cool? Nothing's really like standout-ish. Nothing like cool. Race doesn't match. Shut the fuck up, Sarge. I'd say cool piece-wise, there's no real cool pieces. It's just normal stuff. It's normal gear. Nothing like no like legendaries or anything like that. So we'll just say like none. For every cool piece you got, you get an extra thing. You think the shoulder is cool? I'll take that into consideration. Maybe out of 10. Okay, we'll give it. We'll do 1. But the cool pieces won't be like a 10. It'll be like 10 out of 10. Cool pieces will just be like, if there's anything cool, you get an extra point on that. Set pieces. Now, this is where it gets tricky. I actually have I have 1 additional set piece that I shouldn't. So I said 3 set pieces. This actually has 4. So the head, the belt, the legs, and the boots. However, I have... Where is it? No, it's not that. Oh, fuck. No, shit. Fuck it. I'm not gonna do it. Goddamn. No changes. Disqualified. Fuck! Okay, fine. Set pieces. We'll do a... Disqualified. So I can't win. Shock. Obli can't win. Originality? What do we think on originality? I would say it's quite an original piece. Have you ever seen a mog like this before? Also, skip that. You ever seen a mog like this before? I'd say I haven't seen anything like this before. It is using a Death Knight set though. So I would say originality wise, this has been a set that people have used. It's not brand new. It's just slightly new. Also, if I put my hair in my chest like this, it just looks like I've got a really hairy chest. You know? Let's do that. Hairy chest. So I'm going to say, for originality, because it is a set and it is a Death Knight set, I'm going to go ahead and say 7 because it's original pieces, but they're all Death Knight pieces, so it's not like it's not like super original. So totaling up, we have 26 points. Now, mount, pet, toy. I'm not going to bother with that, but I will show you the mount that I like to use that I think matches. Go to. You have 2, yeah? No, this one. It's this one. Matches, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You have the green fire thingy there with the green fire. Nah, not quite. But Imo, in my opinion, it matches. Now, however, it doesn't match thematically because this is literally a goblin rocket, and this is not like something techie or anything like that. But you wish you could ride my rocket. So you're disqualified now. You're disqualified now. I would go ahead and say that we're not looking... It wouldn't be a great couple of points. I'll just say... 1. I'm not going to bother with the pet. Not going to bother with the toy. It's the grand total for Obli Boy, the Wizard of Mog. 27. So I'd have his back seats open. Someone bash my back seats in. Anyway. Now we're going to move on to you guys. Okay. I'm going to go for the first one that was ever done. Let's open that. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh. Wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. This is the first entry we'll have. So, here we have Desper. I will call you guys by your Discord names to make it easier. So we have Desper here. So, 7 out of 8 for theme. I like it. I think the theme is pretty good. I think it's pretty DK, but and it's quite Nerubian as well. Wouldn't you agree? So and Sarge, it can't 7, 8. Isn't that 7, 8? I understand. Designer, hello, Desi, my man. What are you saying? Get yourself in the fucking Discord channel. Do you think? I have always loved that PvP set from the head and shoulder. Yeah, so that was the dreadful set, and you could actually craft this in Mr. Pandora. You crafted these items. I'm going to go ahead and say 8, because I agree with you, Sarge. Very good. However, the only thing letting it down at the moment is the fact the belt it's a bit techy. The belt is a bit techy, and everything else here is quite Nerubian. I have to also say, you're looking at some very like intricate shoulders and helmet, but then their gloves, it's a bit too not plain, but they're a bit too like solid gemstone. Everything else is very like intricate. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to give you an 8 there. Yeah, the belt mog kind of stands out a bit too much. Color matching, I'd say everything works, but the belt. The belt is a bit too grey here. You kind of have the grey bits here to match this, but also you have no solid, no deep blue here in the belt. So the belt is a bit too much of a standout. But Roach, you're so right. They tried to match the eye glow with the belt. I understand. Yes, that makes sense. So I'm thinking the color matching is good, but you just have the one part that's a bit too out. So Desper, I'm going to say, I think Sarge would be a bit too. I think Sarge would be a bit too harsh. Weapons can be a little bit off with the color because they're weapons. It makes sense for that. The legs are dark. I do get that, but the colors of everything, it kind of works. It works as if because of this separation here. I'd say if the belt was the same as like the chest and the gloves, it would be worse. But I'm gonna say not quite 6, but I will say 7 because this shade of blue here in the middle is different to this shade. This shade is a bit too dark. This shade is a bit too light, and then this bit's very dark. So I'd say we're looking at maybe a 7 here. Cool pieces wise, I'm going to give you some points for cool pieces. I think that these two, I think the helmet is very cool, and it's hard to mog that helmet. I think the shoulders are good as well. So I'm going to go and give you a 2 because I like both the shoulders and the helmet. What do we think, chat? Same? Would you agree? Set pieces, looking good. So I'm going to give you a point because there's no set pieces. The swords are cool. Swords are cool. For me personally, the only reason I'm not giving it to the swords is because I know how you acquire the swords. I know that how you acquire them is not that cool. So I have to not give you the point now. But if you make it through the set pieces, instead of being disqualified, you'll get 1 point. Originality is very original. I'd say it's very original. I would say, originality-wise, it's very different. But my only gripe is that it looks too much like you are just wearing the Dreadful set. Because the Dreadful set looks a lot like this, it's not too different. But you have used a lot of other pieces to make it look like the Dreadful set, which I think is original. You tried to use the belt. Belt looks so good, but I think it's still a good attempt. I'm going to give you, I think so. Started with the 9 on the originality. I think it's a very original set, really. The only problem is I've actually seen these kind of sets before, and so I can't, within my deep soul, give it a very good original score. But I will give you an 8 because I see what you've done and I like it. I'm just going to quickly double check to see if you put a mount. Oh yeah, Desi, you have your entry. I see it. I was going to quickly check and see if Desper put any more entries in with the mount, but he has not. So this is it. So no mount, no pet, no toy. This is where we're at. Cool. Is it a good set? Well, if you scored the same as Obli, must be pretty decent. So, oh, Dean. Oh, Dean's here. Right, stream's going off. Yeah, see the Dreadful set everywhere. Do you know what I mean? I think, originality-wise, it's a good attempt, but I can't put a big score on it. Alright. Good job. Next, got a Loch Tender. We know Loch Tender. He's often in the chat. Now, let's have a look here. So this is the set. Okay. Option. Look. Tender. Theme. What do we... Now, unfortunately, I'm not too sure what theme we're looking at here. Like some sort of blood troll theme. I think that's not too bad. And unfortunately, I feel like the helmet is a bit too different. It's kind of like, I think these parts are just too different, Lock Tender. Now, I think we need to evaluate how different the shoulders and the heads are and the belt are to the pants, to the boots, and to the head. Now, you could get away with the markings. You could definitely get away with the markings. But I think thematically, do we think it's on theme? Do you think all of these things are on theme? Because you've got some blue glows here. We have a very kind of like light reddy purple on the helmet. And then you have these like dark burnt edges with the legs. But then you have this like kind of very blocky, very kind of like cartoony shoulders and hands. So it's kind of, I'm unsure. Then you have these like rocky boots. So I think the rockiness of the boots kind of matches here, but not enough because these are kind of like the grey. So thematically, I'm gonna have to give you a 5. I'm sorry. You know what, I'm not fucking sorry. It's my fucking raid. I mean, my thing. Colour matching. The body of your troll is too blue. I can't say that the colour matches very well. Now, you have this dark black. Do you know what? It's also shown the back of it, which kind of saves it a little bit because you have the blue tentacles that come off the back there. So seeing the blue tentacles, it matches the skin tone very well. So that's very good. But my gripe with this is purely the fact that also we'll open this link to the weapon. It's the fact that the pants are too dark. The pants and the boots are so dark compared to everything else. It's a stark contrast. And this is too orange. The sword is too orange. Yeah, I don't think I can give it a high grade. I'm going to have to give it a 5 again. Cool pieces. I do really like the sword. I do think the sword is cool. Cool. The sword is neat. And you use the primal fire, which really goes with the orange of the sword. So I'll give you a point for the sword. What do we think, chat? Any other cool pieces? Them toes. Yeah, go on. I'll say that the toes are worth a cool point. Yeah, go on. Let's do that. From the back, it kind of goes hard. Yeah, it goes a lot harder. But I think, honestly, all he needed to do was change the shoulders and the hands to something dark. Genuinely. Tentacle at the back really works better. All he needed to do was change the shoulders and the hands, and you would have been onto, and maybe the belt, you would have been onto a much better winner. The only trouble as well is look at that belt back bit. That doesn't match. So, 5 for that, 5 for the colour matching. Set pieces, well done. You haven't had to do that. Originality, very original. I think it's very original. The tentacles with the back and the colour, that's very original. I haven't seen that before. I am going to give them a high grade on the originality. I think an 8. Trouble is, do you know what? I'll give you a 9 because it is a very original set. Very original. You think max originality? You think a full 10, Rouchy? You think a full 10? I think I might give a full 10 for the originality. You know, you're right. I'm easily swayed. Now, was there a mount or anything like that? Let me just have a check. I don't think so. No. Fine. Let's move on. Lock Tender, thank you very much. Desi. Let's have a look at Desi. Take it in, chat. What do we think? Now, Desi, have you put any mounts in the chat since then? Let's have a look. Oh, no. But you could do if you wanted to. Oh, I'm seeing some new entries and they look good. Alright, we're just going to have to go with the Mog. So what do we think? The Mog? It's looking very on theme. Easily give it a 10. No joke. Easily a 10. Classic and current pieces. Yeah, the shoulders, banging. Instantly a cool point for the shoulders. The Scythe of a Hoon, instantly another cool point for the shoulders. Super good. Now, unfortunately, the res of the image is quite low and we're not in proper sunlight. Now, I think colour matching from what I can kind of see, it does look very matchy-matchy. It does look like it all matches. I kind of think that the gloves are a bit too brown. They're a bit too brown for the set. Actually, we can have a look at this. Is these hands? Is it not? Or these? It'll be one of these two. Or was it? I think it might be PvP. I think it might be PvP. Nah, it's definitely. I don't think it's PvP. So either these hands or these hands. And even if it's the darker version, fuck. Even if it's a darker version, I think it would still be kind of brown. So we're in the light a little bit too much. If you send me a message and it's a last-minute screenshot of this in better lighting, I think I can give you a better score. But color matching wise, everything else does match quite well. Now the reason I'm not giving you a 10 for the color matching is because of the gloves. So I will give you a 9. So it all does work very well. Do you know what? I'm going to score you down 1 point as well. See now. Right, let's have a look. Oh, yeah, okay. Open it. So, now looking. The gloves. Oh, okay, the brown kind of goes with the belt, actually. Oh, we have a different shoulder. I didn't even notice that, you know. In the light, it looks... we're able to see a little bit more. We see a little bit better. So it is a little bit more matchy. However, now... I'm starting to think that maybe the shoulder's a bit too dark compared to this shoulder here. I'm being too critical, I think. Now, all right, this has saved it. This has saved it. I would have scored you down 1 more because I was thinking the gloves and the fact you don't have a helmet. Now, are those heroic set from season 2? Yes, I think they are. That is the heroic set trousers, so that's good. I'm going to keep you at a 9 only because I would have liked to have seen a helmet. Because we have no helmet, it kind of sticks out a little bit. And you're a night elf. So true. Imagine being a night elf male. Sorry, Desi. But I think these shoulders actually go really well on the right hand side. This is a cool piece, so it's like, yeah, good. But I think it's a bit too dark, and it's taken in 100p. So true. So I'm going to keep you at 9 now. Set pieces, done well. You only have 1, 2 pieces from the set. I like that. So you go through originality. We are seeing a very typical dark blue frosty set. It is on theme. It is different. We're seeing a set with pieces that we haven't seen a lot of. Obviously, we saw these 2 pieces very recently, but it's just the chest, it's just the legs. It's okay. I like the legs. I think the legs are cool. I like the original. I like using these hands. They're fucking sick hands. That's why I use them. And I like this. I think it's very original. Using the scythe of a hoon as well. So original. I have not seen that. So, I'm going to score you. I'm going to score you 10. Because I've already put it in. But I think, realistically, it's not too original because we are looking at just a typical frosty Death Knight set. Oh, I've got to do it. I'm dropping you down to 9. It's a nice mog. But original wise, it's not too different to something we normally see. But good. So, we have no mount. We have no mount, no toy, no pet. So we can't put any points towards there. So Desi is sitting at 31 points, which is very good. We've got Dean. Oh. We've got Deanie Boy. Deanie Beanie. Now, you couldn't have taken this photo further away, Dean, could have you? Could you? Yeah, no, it's hard to find something new, but it's hard now. I need to find something new, but it's hard now. But you should be proud because you're currently in first place. So, Dean, this photo, it's all right. However, what's going on with the trousers? Oh, what's going on with the trousers, Dean? No, do you know what? It's fine. Right. Go back to it. I was looking for not for long, I guess. I will take your trousers off. PvP from WOD. Oh, what's that? The trousers. Well, actually. That's to make you get your glasses on. Yeah, I'll just keep fucking dick out. I mean, it's not hard. Now, okay, it's a good set though. Same shade as the shirt. And it is. But I feel like you need... This is too stark black, dude. This is Stoob's too stark black. I say we need to have some light going on here. Because it's very good. Got good hands. Good feet. And the shoulders. Obviously they're good. Because they... Yes, Wesky, you can. Just delete your old message and then put your new one in. It looks good. It does look good. Now, I think the saving grace is that the skin colour of your night elf is quite dark. So it kind of makes it fit. And the black of the tabard does save it. I can see this. What's this? I can see some, like, little shoulder pieces there. And they're kind of greenish. Do you agree? It looks a little bit... I think it's the tabard. I think it might be the tabard. But it matches really well with Thunder Fury. It does. I do like it. And the belt is very black as well. So, I think you best go Dean. Right, hold on. Dean. I was trying to write my name. Dean. Thematically, what theme are we going for here? I think theme-wise, it's all very thematic of themselves. The only trouble is the legs being so black and so not there. The belt not being really there because it's just black. It's a black marker. Same with like the shirt, the chest. It's very difficult to really see much. But their helmet, even though it's low poly and everything else is high poly, does actually really go. So with the Thunder Fury as well, that does really go. However, we're looking at a little bit of purple, and the purple we're thinking, where else is there purple? I think is this Power Torrent? The enchant? Just checking my phone. And I'm unsure where else there is a bit of purple. But I think thematically, they all team with each other. I do think that it all fits together, apart from legs. Oh, it's Kronos. I didn't get that. Did I ever get that? I don't think I ever got that one. I'm going to give you a high rating for the theme. But only thing is, it's letting you down. It's the legs and the belt and the shirt. The legs and the belt and the chest. If I had seen some sort of like silvery shit from that, I would have given you a 10 on the theme because I like it. I think it's good. Colour matching. I think you're going to know where this is going. Very good colour matching everywhere, apart from the legs and the chest. The dark black. Can't get behind it. If it was a dark black chest and you had the legs, it's just the legs. It's just the legs and the belt. If you had a cool white belt and a cool white legs and a black chest, I would have seen past it. I would have never even noticed. If it's a black gloves here, it would have matched. I would never have noticed. It would be, yeah, it'd be a 10 on the legs. It would be, Sarge. But because you have many pieces here that all match, and you've managed to make Thunder Fury work, I'm going to give you that. Now, here we go. I'm going to give you 2 points. Actually, I'm going to give you 3 points for cool pieces. Because you have... Do you know what? Actually, do you know what would go really well? The legs from the set. It would have been banging. And I've got this. I've got it! Yeah, that would have been good. At least the belt would have been unreal. I would have said. But, back to it. So, then 4 piece of the set. Oh, that's so true. That's so fucking true. That is so fucking true. Alright. But anyway, you have 2 Thunder Furies, so definitely giving you 2 points for that. Then you have the Tabard of... Is that the Tabard of Battle? I think it is the Tabard of Battle, right? I'm going to give you a point for that too. So, 3 there. Set pieces. You're going to make it. Originality. I think it's very original. I think it's fucking unreal, actually, originality-wise. So I'm going to give you a 10. I think it's very original. I have not seen something like this on a DK before. I've seen it on a Warrior. I've never seen it on a DK. So I am definitely going to give you full points for originality. But this is where you could actually have swept if you had some better legs. It would have been unreal. But I'm being too generous with my points. Now, no mount, no pet, no toy. We're sitting at 30 points for Dean. The pants I wanted, I can't get anymore. Stop complaining, Dean. Heard it first time. No, all good. But there's got to be, surely there's got to be something you could have had there. I want to add in a new... Oh, fuck. I want to add in a new category. I'm going to add in a new category. Just because Dean... Just because of Dean's thing. Letdown pieces. Hazardous Mog. What this is... Okay. Is you're wearing something that's letting you down. You're wearing something that looks like shit. And if you are, it's going to go towards reducing your points down. I had nothing. I have nothing. So don't worry about that. Desper. You had those. You had that belt. Look tender. I forgot. But you're not winning anyway, so we're going to put you at 0. Desi. It was the... There was nothing. Nope, there wasn't anything for Desi, so that's 0. Fuck. 0, 0. And then Dean, your legs in your shirt. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay. Do we think that's fair? Do we think that's fair? Do we think that's fair? Okay. I think that's fair. And if you complain, fuck off. I'm joking. Moving on. Loud. Okay. Bit of a low poly image here. We're going to do our best with it. I'm going to add a new category. Low poly images. Let's go loud. Alright, so theme. Very thematical. I love it. I wish I could turn it around and have a look. Lau, if you're watching, send me your armory so I can have a proper look at it. But it's fucking good. It's fucking good. I like this a lot. The more I look at it, the better it becomes. Now, the only thing letting it down for me personally is the enchant. It's so bright that I can't really see a lot. But I do think this is fucking good. Thematically wise, everything is the same thing. They've really done well here, actually. You've got these pieces. I can't tell if any of this is from a set. I don't think it is. But it's, yeah, so solid. The chainmail under here goes with the chainmail there. You see that? It looks scaly boys there. Goes with that quite well. This kind of looks like chainmail. Am I wrong? I don't think I am. Obli's literally never wrong. But this kind of looks like chainmail as well. Then you have like the off grey black from there. Off grey black, off grey black, off grey black, off grey black here, off grey black there. Amazing. This is a super good mog. 10 on the theme. Now, the only thing letting it down for me personally is the weapons. The weapons and the enchant. The weapons are so low poly. It's not really giving for me. The weapons are a bit too low poly, and the weapons are a little bit too different. I'd say color matching wise, I would give this a good score for color matching, but Dean, you are right. This is slightly too dark. I mean, it kind of works. It goes dark with the shoulders into the hand there, but the weapons. I don't think the weapons match as well as you could match them. So, the weapon enchant is too bright, doesn't match, but the actual weapons themselves are too orange and too bright beige. You have the horns here, not a single thing other than they share the same color shade with the horns. So I'm actually going to I'm going to have to drop 2 points because you've got the enchant and the weapons. So we're looking at 8 for that. Strong contender though. Cool pieces. The helmet's pretty cool. You like the angular cut on the older weapons? I don't know. For me, unless the rest of the set has it, I don't know. A white enchant to match the helm. 100%. 100% Roachy. Such a good shout. I would have agreed. Cool pieces wise, I do like the chain. And I think the helmet is really cool. And look how it like separates from the hood. And it's like floating. That's cool, right? I like that. I'll give you a 1 for the cool pieces there. Set pieces. Somebody's going to have to forgive me here because I don't think he's wearing any set pieces. Or wearing too many set pieces. I think he's all wearing enough. Because these are paladin hands. Maybe paladin boots. Or maybe reverend dress. No, not reverend dress. They're definitely like paladin boots or something like that. And then you've got the dragonflight shoulders. like the emissary shoulders with the tabard there, also from Dragonflight. There's no belt going on, but it kind of works a bit because he's very roby. So I'll do that. But set pieces, you pass. Originality. This is very original. This is very original. And it doesn't look very Death Knighty, other than like the kind of plasma skull in the hood. So I think it's very original. Like, I might have to give this a max mark on originality. I'm gonna have to start being harsher. Everyone's gonna do loads. But I'm giving you a max mark on originality there. So good. Using some pieces which are really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Hazardous Mog. I am going to drop you 1 point for the weapons being just too low poly, too different. But I think also the enchant's doing you in. I think I might have to drop you another point for the enchants. So, Lao, no mount, no pet, no toy. If you'd have done a pet, a mount, a toy, and got good points on all of them, you may actually have been overtaking Desi with your Mog, because it's very good. But unfortunately you didn't. I did say you could. And I did say you could. I did say it wouldn't matter too much, because it's only like 1, 2, 3 points. But at the moment, we're looking at Desi still up front. Achilles. Take it in chat while I write it down. Achilles. Very high res image. Thank you. Very thank you for that. High res image. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit on that bit there. Very good. Loading phase forward. Thank you very much for the prime. You little legend. I love you so much. I'll give you a kiss. Anyway, move back. Move out. Get out. Get away. What do we think, chat? This is pretty cool. It's like a Kill Bill meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Blood Troll Slayer. Smash. Or pass. Smash. Theme. I don't think the braces match at all. But I do think we have a pretty decent theme going on. I like the chains. The chains kind of match like the bone and the chain in here. So yeah, I'll give you that. And like the spikes there, kind of matching the spikes here. I think you're copping out by not putting shoulders on. Like one shoulder at least would have been good here. The blue eyes. Also, Death Knights can change eyes now. We can do that. The braces actually only match because of the green bit here, but I don't think the green bit matches at all anyway. I think we should not have the green bit here. We shouldn't have the green bit here or here, and we should find something maybe different. Let me see. Like I would say something like. Oh, do you know what? That would have been good. No, let's move on. We want swords. We want some katanas. We want some katanas. Or some bleeding katanas. Oh, I don't have any. That'd have been alright. Oh, damn. Look at that. That's fucking sick. Anyway. Maybe. Oh. Skeletal longsword. Skeletal longsword would have been good. Or Wicked Mithril Blade. You just have to craft that. There you go. Run from the trading post would have been perfect too. Which one is that? Hanzo sword. This would have been amazing too. Something like that. And you would have actually dubbed hard. I would have come. No. Stop. So, thematically wise, it's a good theme. It's a good theme. But I think your braces and the fact you have no shoulder and your katanas being green when only like this tiny part of your brace are, I'm going to have to give you an 8. Because everything else works, but then half your Mog doesn't. There's a red katana. Where did I see that from? Colour matching. So I'm kind of going to do the same thing as, actually, do you know, I'll put the theme up to 9 with the theme, because the theme is all on theme, yeah, fine. But because we don't really have much more, colour matching wise, I'm going to put you an 8. Rochi, I'm having a look. Oh, yeah. Rochi brings up a very good point. This would have been good. Some of these. That would have worked quite well. The cartooniness of these would have kind of matched like the more modern parts of the set. But I'm not into not using a lot of mogs. Because we don't have any shoulders here, we don't have any gloves either, we're just rocking a bracer, and we don't have any helmets. I feel like it's almost cheating. Almost getting away with too much. So, cool pieces. There are no cool pieces in this set for me. Set pieces. You get away with this. Originality. It's pretty original. But I'm not blown away by it. And I'm going to go with a head and probably just give you an 8 for originality because I don't really know too much. It's not screaming out to me. I'm sorry. I can't help the way that I feel. I just think it's an 8 for originality. Hazardous Mog. Your braces and your katana do let you down because they're green and nothing else is. We have no mount. We have no pet. We have no toy. I'm sorry. I hope you don't hate me for this, but Achilles, I can't. Your set is unfortunately rated a little bit low. We're at 24. Here we go. We have test subject. 00. Theme. Chat, look at this. Chat, look at this. It's good, right? I like this. Theme is pretty on point. Lovely helmet. Everything matches really nicely with this set. The only trouble is, it's not in the light. And with it not being in the light, it's difficult to tell if something is if the shade is correct or not. But I know for a fact these hands do not match these shoulders in the appropriate light. These are a way lighter shade. So I'm thinking you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes here. And that's why I did it in such bad lighting. So I wouldn't know. But I do know. And I also know this chest piece is very light as well. Now these shoulders, this is a very light blue and a very dark rim. And I think the only dark rim part is this bit that would really match it. And this bit of the legs. However, it does look cool. I think the shoulders don't go. But I think it is thematically good. I also think that the gloves are too blocky and just too different. They will be definitely too light in the light as well compared to everything else in this set. Maybe the boots, but I'm going to have to mark you down because it's taken in such poor lighting. So thematically, I'll give you a good. I think I'm going to give you a 9 for the theme score. I can't see the weapon as well, and for not being able to see the weapon, is a bit annoying. So I'm going to mark you down on the theme because I have no idea if your weapon's on theme. All I can see is this bit, and this bit definitely is not on theme. Colour matching, again, I know what parts of these pieces don't go with each other. I'm like the Asmongold of DK. And I don't think, colour matching wise, I'm going to have to mark it down. Luckily for you, you haven't just used a green shoulder and like a blue belt or something like that. So it can't be too far down. We're just talking shades. Cool pieces. No real cool pieces. No real cool pieces here. Nothing here is a cool piece in my opinion. So I'm going to give you a 0. Set pieces. You pass. There's no set pieces. Why don't you have the IRL DK theme? That's so fucking true. I wish I had a DK Transmog right now. I wish I had a Lich King helmet that I could put on right now. Sadly, I don't. I have just a Mage Mog. I'm the Wizard of Mog. What can I say? Originality? It's not very original. It's very normal DK set. Very just the Snowy Frost. Matches the theme of DK, but it's not very original. So, again, I think if I gave Desi a high... Was it Desi? Or Desper such a high score for original. Somebody. But I gave somebody a high score and they were using like the frosty stuff, and so originality was a bit low. So here I'm going to give you a similar score, but I'm going to give you an 8 because I've just seen somebody with a very similar mog. That is pretty bad. Hazardous mog wise, I'm going to give you a -1 because of their weapon. I can't see it. I have no idea. Now, no mount, but we have a pet. I think the pet's pretty cool. I like that pet. And that cool pet doesn't count towards cool pieces. Actually, yeah, it can, if I'm particularly impressed by the pet. I'm not particularly impressed. I just think the pet is cool. But I'd say the colour of the pet doesn't really match the Mog. Maybe kind of matches the shoulders somewhat, but not amazingly. But it's too green to match, really. So I will only give you 1 point for the pet. I would give you 1 point for having a pet and it being somewhat of a DK pet, 'cause it's from ICC. I would have given you 2 points if it matched the colours. Toy, no toy. So the grand total is 24 for test subject. Moving on. Thank you very much for